While Taylor's University students are expecting to return to normality with campus life, there's one thing they didn't expect at all: it's the food. Here's Linnell Tam with the full report.
University students across Malaysia are excited to finally return to campus. Likewise with Talarians, who are not only glad to be attending classes physically, but to have lunch with their friends at shops, the nearest mall to campus. However, food choices at shops are currently limited, with more than 10 restaurants closed since the COVID-19 pandemic.
I think the prices are not very student friendly. Like, maybe people have this perception that Taylor students, they can afford more, but that's not the truth. We're still students, right? So
besides having to deal with expensive food prices, students are forced to dine in cramped and crowded conditions.
But with only one place for everyone to gather to eat, is just not following the SOP, I would say.
More than 15 restaurants and cafes are expected to be open soon. However, it is unknown when this will happen. In the meantime, the management requests students to be patient as they work on this issue. Linnell Tam reporting from Subang Jaya.
Taylor's SLC walkway was turned into a carnival ground from 12 to 14 of April as members of ETC magazine set up booths for handmade jewellery, henna tattoos and staple games as part of this fundraiser event. The fund raised for would be used to produce the club's annual magazine.
Our goal is actually 600 ringgit for this time, and I would say that we are working quite well towards the goal. I'm quite happy with what we've done so far.
The National Blood Centre Donation Mobile Unit is back at Taylor's University on 13 to 14 of April. The mobile unit received an encouraging response from Taylorians. 60 packs of blood were collected. Dr. Atikah Azman, the officer in charge at the mobile unit, has urged the public not to be afraid to donate their blood.
So because we give you an anesthesia which numbs the area, so blood donation you shouldn't really fear it. It's actually a quick process. If there's no problem, it's about 15 minutes only.
With the country's borders now reopened, more international students are back at Taylor's University for face-to-face classes. Previously, due to the pandemic and restrictions, most classes had been online. Ever since the borders opened on 1st of April, it's very overwhelming to see campus reopen after COVID restrictions. International students has finally returned to campus after 2 years of online classes. Now it's in the endemic phase. International and local students are able to do activities and attend face-to-face classes once again. Students living at U Residence, the Taylor's University's on-campus housing facilities, have expressed uncertainty about the hostel's isolation measures. As the hostel management gave no further instruction beyond preventing physical contact and alerting the housemaster, residents are unclear on what would happen if they tested positive for COVID-19. The hostel management's adhering SOPs and social distancing guidelines mention that if a student is tested positive, they would be cordoned off the area, but the guidelines did not specify where would they be isolated.
I think she will still quarantined in her own room, maybe.
Well, I'm not really sure, but I think for people that got COVID, they will be transferred to a hospital for quarantine.
The government's e-Pemula program recently came under fire after students discovered that the 150 ringgit disposed into their wallets cannot be used for online shopping. The e-cash rollout began on Monday, 11th of April, and is expected to benefit approximately 2 million youths across the country.
According to a statement released by the Ministry of Finance, the e-Pemula program aims to reduce the financial burdens of youths, promote cashless payment, and support small businesses in their recovery. However, students on social media have expressed their discontent with the decision to only allow for offline transactions. Other issues students have also pointed out include the e-cash on GrabPay being given in the form of multiple vouchers instead.
Netizens are divided over the verdict in the case of Sam Keting. Sam was previously acquitted of the charge in 2017 for reckless driving, which caused the death of 8 teenagers in Johor who were riding their modified bicycles. The ruling was later overturned, sparking public outcry over social media. Numerous petitions have been launched by netizens seeking justice for Sam Keting. These petitions contended that the judgment was unfair. Some have even questioned why the victims' parents have not been prosecuted with negligence. Meanwhile, others defended the judgment on that grounds that it resulted the death of children.